Monday morning, the 26th of June. I've been on the plot for a few days, been getting me man cave working and doing bits at home. So just watered. There's the oak with Goldcrest now, all ready for a chop back. Going to be mulched next day. It's today's job, getting the straw and cut back as we go probably. There's the Diane's really popping out now. There's some nice big plants in there. They seem to have so far been enjoying the allotment. And going down, we've got the moonlights. Be interesting to see how they perform down here. Bit of weed about, but I shall hoe it or hand weed it as I put the mulch down. There's a Challenger, ready for a chop, and the Valentine. These are going to cause a little problem in the sense that they're just budded up in the middle, like this, which has encouraged these lower growths to come. Some of which are quite large, so if I get up cutting some of them down, but then choosing to grow from the middle area of the plant, or even, dare I say it, double stopping them. But plenty to do today, the next few days, home and here, so we'll get it done. Right, Monday, just going to start mulching. Got 8 bales of straw for the garden, 10 for the allotment, so it should be going in quite deep. I'm going to put a handful of fast grow around the plants as well, under the straw, so as it rains there's a bit extra going in there. It's easier than trying to put it on the top, so we'll get that done. I managed to get all the timber for the covers to the allotment today, and the straw, so that's tomorrow's job, but I'll see if I can get some done today. And there's a rare section of sunlight in the garden, make the most of it. That's the garden mulched, and also, as you can see, I've had the knife out. I've cut back all the R1 just because there's not many of them to split in half. Done half of the primrose hull, so the front half I've cut back half I've left, and I'll do those in about a week to 10 days. Same with the Marys. There's 4 rows there, so the front 2 have chopped back 2 I'll leave till next week, and the same with the Dave's Choice at the end. I've left all the Marsden Karen, seems to bud quite quick, so leaving it another week, 10 days certainly won't hurt it. And then that's the Susan Marsden, which have all been heavily chopped back. It tends to be a little bit later than the others, so I've just done them all. Poms are still branching out from the last sort of pinch out of buds. More places have all been done, and they've just done all the blackberry as well. So probably about 50-60 plants, about 60 plants to do, plus the poms have already been done. But it's all down, give it a drink, just to wash it, settle it down and get rid of the dust. Good evening's work, off to the plot in the morning. Just seemed a bit of a waste having to spend the first month of the plant's life growing it as big as you can, and this is the stuff that's just come off with wheelbarrow full, but it's got to be done. It's the only way to get the plants when you want them and how you want them. Never be afraid to cut a bit off. Tuesday morning, 27th of June. Got me timber up here yesterday and the straw bales, ready to put me covers up. Hopefully I've worked out the timber right, there's enough of it, and I've got my box of bits to do it, so see how far I can get today. Need to get it done so I can get the mulch down and cut these plants back. Well, managed to get the covers up yesterday and back in the morning again. I haven't done the cross braces yet because I'm just trying to ease the pain for the other allotment holders who think I'm building a house. But I've gone 7'6" to the top leaf and 6 foot to the side, So that would be one cover there over the 2 beds, and then one cover over 3 beds, which hopefully has got enough fall to shed the water. We've had a whole night of rain and the plants have obviously look like they've enjoyed that, but they're all going to get chopped back hopefully today. And then the straw mulch is going on at the same time. I've got the bag of fast grow to put down before the mulch, so hopefully I'll get that done today. And then it's getting on with the job of growing plants. All the hefty work done. It's just a case of caning, tying and controlling them to flower. Looking forward to it. That's the straw going down. Still allowing about 1 bale for every 20 plants. The thing to remember is 2 each side from where you can do. Put it down nice and thick and go around the plant, not over the plant, and don't bunch it up. If you're going round through the plants like there, just try to sort of pull up the leaves from underneath so you're not burying the leaves. I do this and then I'll go through cutting them back, and it just means I'll run my hands around the base of the plant again and make sure I've got no leaves sat under the straw. Otherwise they tend to rot and more leaves out in the sunlight, especially when you chop the top off, all the better. So it's going down nicely. It's lovely and wet underneath. First time we've had any rain really since planting out, so that really has moistened the ground up a treat. Right, just before I mulch around the Valentine, I'm just having a little go through chopping them back now. I've got a bit of a variable plants. I've got some like this which are, in my mind, sort of fairly perfect for it. Some shoots developed, but not too far. The buds are starting to come in the centre, so I'm going to just hook him out the top. Wish I had Finley here doing this for me, it would be much better for you. And I'll take those 2 out rather than cutting the stem too far down. But then further down here we've got quite a strong shoot over here, so I'm going to take that off because I think it's going to take everything out of the plant with the knife. It's coming from quite low down, but I don't trust it. In this case I'll take him out. And then there are some lower shoots that are longer. I'm going to take those out as well. Just trying to leave the plant in the middle there with about 6 or 7 shoots, and there's some, get in there like that, you can see that there's some very small shoots there that are yet to properly develop. So I'm going to leave the plant pretty much as that. Over time I'll winkle out shoots just like I just have on them 2 that I think are going to be too early or not strong, and I've got probably about 6 or 8 shoots potentially on there, so over time I'll just take them out. Some of the other plants are posing a bit more of an issue, and I'll show you those. So here's another one. This one's really gone bonkers and throwing out some fairly hefty side shoots from low down. So what I'm going to do with this is actually chop out the top and then basically get in there and take out some stuff. I'm going to leave a couple of bits in there. I'll take out some of these. Come clearer in a minute. I'm trying to do this now while I can still see what's going on in the plant. Take that one out. I don't like stripping all the leaves off and chopping the plant too far down because it's still the engine room of the plant. I'll take that one off. And I'll take that one off in there. Now I've left just about in there a couple of very young shoots there, and there's probably about 3 there, but with these fat ones, just to give myself a second option, they're going to get cut down to one pair of leaves. So effectively double stopping them, especially that one there. And it's quite a side shoot really to be leaving. There's no point leaving that on the plant because it has flower. And I tend to think that as long as you make your mind up early enough, so these shoots are going to develop from nothing through to flower, double stopping it a giant isn't such a bad thing. I have had best giant in show and second best giant in show arrogate with Valentine from plants that have been double stopped, so I'm not that worried in that sense, but this plant will probably flower much later than some of the others, but it's not a bad way of spreading the flush. I just got to work through the rest, then I'll mulch, because at least I know what's going on around the plant. That's it, that's them sorted out and strawed up and everything. It's now mulched. Challenges are next to get the chop, followed by the moonlight. I'll probably do the dianes and oakwood next week, so they tend to butter a bit quicker than the others. But the plot's starting to look like a daily plot now. Covers up, straw down, and a wheelbarrow of Valentine foliage. But pretty pleased so far. Plot's looking decent. Thursday the 29th of June, as you can see the big chop backs happened, as well as the mulch. There's only that one and the one I'm just about to do that I've left, just to reinforce the how to chop them back at the right time. So this is when I'm dying. I've restricted it down at about 7 shoots, so we just need to get in there, which is a bit harder with a straw and a bit harder without filling the film in it, and take each shoot down to the very bottom pair of leaves. That's 3. I just have to dig around to find them. 4. 5. Just gone one too high. Sorry about shaking this. 6. There's the 7th shoot there. That's all have it. It's going to give us at least twice as many shoots than what we need, and then have a little look around. In amongst there's a bit of weaker stuff like that coming through. Stop them out, there's no point cutting them back. We've got enough, and there's no point cutting a shoot like that back when we've got shoots like that left. Obviously this one's going to produce stronger breaks and hopefully better flowers and something like that. So that's that plant done. Make sure the straw is away to hook out any leaves that are left behind, and never many, so it's worth keeping them. Everything's had a feed today and yesterday, so that one's done. And the bed's done. Another reason for double stopping and timing alone is that varieties like this is Oakwood Goldcrest, doesn't naturally produce lots of shoots on a single stop. This has been stopped at 3 pairs, but it's only produced 4 shoots. Right, I tend to grow this 8 up, so what I'm going to do, there's no point just cutting the 4 shoots down to 1 pair of leaves, because it is only going to just about give you the 8. So I'll do a couple to 2 pairs, and the other couple to 1 pair, so that should give me 10 or 12 shoots to play with later. Again, just make sure the straw's not right up against the plant, give it a bit of air. So that's going to give us our 8 or 10 shoots to select, where from single stock we only had 4. This is an odd plant of Winham Dying. I had a spare spot in the bed of oak wood, so I put one in there. I'm going to just, for the sake of it, do a test. I've took it down to 7 up. Nothing's budding yet. I'm going to leave it alone and then treat each stem individually as it buds by knocking it back for timing. So we'll see if that makes any difference to the end flower. I suspect not. In fact, I think that probably the hard prune is better. But we'll run a test and see what happens.